Hey everyone, it's Lance with Ride Lance, and today we have the brand new Mokwheel Tarmac ST step through. We're going to take it out on its initial ride, and we're not going to do the typical review. We're going to do the rider experience right off the bat. So let's go. Let's get this thing turned on. I'll have to need to tighten that a little. All right, let's just put it into PAS2 and see how it goes. All right. Well, the torque sensor picks up pretty quick, almost right off the bat. Let's get over here on the bike trail. Let's just put it into PAS3 for now. I've got it in gear 8. I'm going to shift back. Let's see, where's my feel-good gears? Looks like it might be number 7. And this is an 8-speed. Trigger shifter really nice with an Shimano Altus derailleur. Uh-oh, goosies. Goosey goosey. One of them hissed at me. But what did I say? Yes, it's an 8-speed with a Shimano Altus derailleur. But this is not necessarily going to talk about specs, but I'll tell you the stuff that's important. And I'll stop in a little while and give you a closer look at the bike. But the step through is definitely nice. I like it. Now, I did have the original Tarmac. There was a step over. And that was really nice too. But ease of use, that's, it's hard to go wrong with that. Ease of use. Now, initially, the rider position, we've got slightly swept back bars. And it's got the adjustable stem, so you can bring it up or down. Let's go down the road. Let's go down the dirt road. So yeah, I'm in a really nice riding position. I'm sitting straight up. I'm not stretching too far for these bars. Now these bars do have a nice angle on them, the swept back angle. It's kind of weird. This is not a bike that you're going to want to try and ride hands-free, I guess. Doesn't do anything, it just doesn't do anything strange. But maybe it's because I'm sitting high. It feels a little tippy, but as I say, in the bars, they've got a nice swept back bend on them. Not too much so your wrist isn't really tweaked over like this and getting uncomfortable after a while. But that, along with the adjustable stem, gets you into the rider position you want. And I do like these street tires. I think they're 2.75. When we get off and look at it, I'll verify that. But they're not too narrow. And they're doing okay on the gravel riding. But what I noticed a lot about the front end is the really nice suspension in the front. It's got an air fork. Now the Tarmac had an air fork. The regular Tarmac, the one I had before, had an air fork. And, me being a 250-pound rider, I didn't feel the need to have to put any air in. It's just a smooth ride right out of the box. and this one is no different. Now the one thing I would probably do later on is get a suspension seat post for this to try and make it smooth all the way around. And speaking of that, the seat, it's okay. Feels a little hard, but it is a little wider. But we'll see after a couple miles down the trail if I find myself having to stand up a lot to get blood back into the back end. But let's get back on the trail here and keep going down the road. So let's get a different angle here. Hi. This is a very quiet bike too. The motor, let's see, let me get a little away from the freeway noise back behind me. Let me start from a stop so there's not much wind going through my ears so I can see it. I'm just going to use throttle only and see how loud the motor is. Just a little noise. Not much from the tires either, with them being street tires, no knobbies. Yeah. It's pretty nimble too. Once we get down to where I got the dotted lines, I'll do a little slalom course thing going on there. But right now, in the initial ride, it's a pretty smooth rider. I think I swallowed a bug. Okay, here's a little hill. Let's do throttle only on this little hill. Like I said, this is not going to be the normal review I do. I'm trying to get away from that because these bikes hill climb. These bikes stop. If there was anything out of the ordinary, I'd let you know. But it climbed that hill fine, that little hill. And these brakes, they're solid. They feel solid. See that? Lock up the back in there. Brakes are fine. They're Tektro, hydraulic disc. And this, the fit and finish on this bike is really nice. I'll give you a closer look here when we stop. Won't be too long for now. But it's got that nice red color. It's not the shiny. It's not flat. Oh, it's kind of in between that. I don't know what you call that. A matte finish maybe. But it's really nice. And this does have that built-in headlight again into the frame. And I like that. I don't like the ones that are hanging off the fenders. They always vibrate and always point down. Right? And I don't like that. I like how they did this. And I'll show you that too. And this does come with a bike rack with brake lights on it on the end. Those are the way they did that too. I'll have to show you that too. The way they finished it and built it into that is really nice. But it does have brake light. It does have directionals or blinkers on the rack right next to the brake light, plus on the frame. And it also has brake lights on the frame. So you have 3 brake lights and basically 4 blinkers, 2 right blinkers, 2 left blinkers. It does have a little bell. That's nice. That's like a low profile one too. Yeah, I really like this torque sensor. It picks up pretty good. It's almost like one of those hybrid torque cadence sensors. But not. So if I just rotate my feet, it does pick it up, but only when I put some pressure on. It's not like a regular like a cadence sensor where all you got to do is rotate the pedals without putting any pressure on it and it takes off. All right, we're going to get around this turn here, and we'll try the agility, doing the zigzag or the slalom with the dots on the pavement. Hopefully you can see it from this angle, but here we go. Oh yeah, I got some people coming, hold on. What I'm looking for here is its agility, how easy it turns, and to see if there's I feel any frame flex or wobble. And I'm not feeling either. It's doing really good. It's a real agile rider. But I'm just really liking how quiet it is. Let's see, where should I go? Let's go this way. What else? These grips. I think I've said it before with Mokwheel grips. I'm not that fond of this bubble they have on top. I don't know if you can see it there. I think some people like it, but it just hits the palm and just kind of feels like a lump. But a lot of people really like it. I've seen them say that. But they are locking grips. That's really nice. You're not going to get a spin, and it locks on both ends. On the inside and the outside. And it does have a cover here that you can pull off if you want to put bar end mirrors on the side. You don't have to cut a hole through the grip like some. Go down here. Yeah, I think this bike will make a lot of people happy who are buying it as a commuter or just an easy cruiser, a go to the store bike, a ride down, to the neighbor's house bike. I think a lot of people are going to like this. What else we got going up here? So we got the throttle on the thumb throttle on the left side, trigger shifting on the right side, the bell on the right side, control panel, built-in security here. You can remove the display. So you're going to the store and you just want that extra layer. Of course, you'd want to have a lock if you're going alone to lock it up, but you can take the display off. This way nobody can come up and try and turn your bike on and screw with it. So that's another nice added layer of security for you. All right, back to the GoPro view. We'll find a place up here, over on the side up here, and I'll stop and give you a closer look at this bike. But as of right now, my feeling is this is just a really nice cruising type commuter bike. And I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I think it's going to appeal to seniors because it's step through, easy to get on. Not everybody wants a 20-inch wheel, 4-inch fat tire bike or a 26-inch wheel with a 4-inch fat tire bike. And this is the compromise in between. So I think it'll fit a lot of people's needs. Yeah, I'm really liking that front suspension. Let me see something here real quick. There, it's just, okay, so it's either locked or unlocked on this side, but on this side is if you needed to put more air in it, make it a stiffer suspension, you could. Yeah, the more and more I look at this, they just did a really nice job. I like the front here, looking over the handlebars. Even though, you know, we got plenty of wires here, but that's just typical with e-bikes like this. Can't get away from that. It's just nice. Everything's nice. And everything's easy to reach, like I said. Everything's just adjustable. The stem is adjustable. The handlebars got a nice, to me it's like a nice perfect swept back. Now I'm going to be riding another bike here real soon where you're going to see where the swept back bars are just too much swept back. And I'll go into a little detail when I do that of why I would change the bars on that one. But that's another video coming for another bike. Today it's about the Tarmac ST. That ST stands for step through. Let's go down the gravel. See how it does on more gravel. Yeah, see that front end is just doing a really nice job. It's got really smooth action on the stanchions. I don't need to make any adjustments to that at all. It's good right out of the box. But like I said, I would get a suspension seat post and maybe a more of a comfort seat, maybe a little wider comfort seat on this, because I am starting to feel it a little in the back end, even though this ride hasn't been that long. But these wider tires do help soak up some of the bumps. Okay, I think I got a picnic table over here that I will get to if I can find a little trail that crosses back over to the main trail. But yeah, if you have to ride this on dirt roads, you're gonna be fine as long as it's not too lumpy and you're not taking sharp turns, because you know there is no knobbies on the tires. These are street tires. Let's go right over here. There it is, the Mokwheel Tarmac ST Mokwheel. Isn't that a beautiful red? You see what I mean? As it's not a shiny red, it's more like a matte. Now, starting up front here, you have the air suspension. This one is just a lockout. This is where you put the air. It's kind of tight, but you take that cap off and you have a way to pump it up. And those are these nice knobby street tires. And they are 27.5 by, move this over a little, by, looks like 2. And then up on top here, you have Tektro hydraulic brakes on 180 millimeter rotors. Really nice, really powerful. And here's the headlight I was talking about. See how it's built in? Let's see if I can get it to turn on. There you go. See, it's got 2 right there. Really nice how they did it. I don't like it when it's here. When you have ones mounted here, the vibration riding usually makes them point down. You're constantly pushing them back up to get it straight. But right here, you see the tail lights. You got one here. Here, those are brake lights too. And this is what I said about how nice they designed this in to the rack. So you have a brake light here, and then you have blinkers right here. And then a blinker down here, and a blinker down here. So let's go ahead and turn one of them on. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. There's one blinking right there, and there's one blinking down there. Really nice. It's kind of got like an elegant, if I can get it to turn off, an elegant look to the bike. More like a refined. Back here we have the 750 watt rear hub motor. We have the Altus derailleur. Shifting really nice. And up here is where the battery is. It's a front load battery, or top. This is just a cover. Let's see if I can get it to come off. There it goes. That comes off. Then you put the key in, unlock the battery, and pull the battery out. Let's get that back on there. And then up front here, you have the adjustable stem. And if you can see that maybe from the top view, the swept back bars, not too swept back, but swept back enough to make it comfortable. Let's go ahead and turn it off real quick. And I'll show you the detachable display. There's just two like butterfly push in, and it comes right out. There you go. You can put that in your pocket. Now nobody can come with your bike, turn it on, and ride away. Or if you have it locked up, just come back, come here, turn on, and just screw with it. So that's really nice. And to put it back on, you just go in, up, and it snaps right into place. There you go. So like I said, up here, you have the thumb throttle on the left side, your control pad, of course your display. Over here you have the bell right there. See how it's kind of just built in, it's like a low profile. And then you have your trigger shifting, 8-speed. Now it does come with this decent seat. For some, or for a lot, it may be perfect. For me, I'm bigger. I think I need a bigger seat. And I'd like to have the suspension seat post. These fenders, they're plastic fenders, front and rear. And like I said, it is a torque sensor, and it's a really nice working torque sensor. But there you have it. The Mokwheel Tarmac ST, a really nice bike. Now let's get back to the ride. What are my thoughts on this bike? I think it's a very well-built bike. I think a lot of people will not be disappointed if they get this. I think it's going to fit a wide variety of people, from seniors to people that just want to use it to cruise around the neighborhood, ride to work, take those weekend bike rides. I think it'll appeal to those people a lot. And then it does have that nice rack on the back, so you can get a bag, a pannier bag, kind of like I have on it now, or maybe a top mount bag. Put your picnic lunch in there and go have a picnic lunch somewhere. But for this initial ride, I think it's doing really good. Ooh, my camera's slipping down. Let's get it back up here. Like I said earlier, I'm trying to get away from the typical review. I want to give more of the rider experience review, because not everybody goes out, very few go out and try and ride it like a reviewer is going to ride it. They just want to get on a bike and ride. And like I said, if this had some weird faults to it, like the brakes did something weird, I would tell you about it. If it has some weird wobble in it, I'd tell you about it. If it was just a plain uncomfortable bike, I'd tell you about it. But right now, I think the only thing I would change would be the seat, and that's for me. Get a more of a comfort seat, a suspension seat post, and I think that's the only thing I'd have to do. The grips, I know I kind of complain about the grips some, but that is probably something I could get used to after a while. For a lot of people, it's probably going to be just perfect right out of the box. But for now, got the bike pointed towards home. So you have a great day, great ride, great week, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.